fans, you may have seen this clip before. If you want to know who this is and how this turns out, you should probably watch the rest of this video. Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the Eccles Unlimited podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Eccles, and today I have the amazing privilege to talk to you about not only one of my favorite basketball players in the world, but one of my favorite people and one of my favorite personalities to follow on social media and one of my role models, and that is Mr. Justin Anderson. So for those of you who don't know, Justin Anderson is a 26-year-old professional basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets. He was born and raised in Virginia and played his high school basketball for the dominant program Montrose Christian Academy in Maryland. He left Montrose as a 4-star prospect, and then he went on to play at the University of Virginia, where he helped shift the culture from where Virginia went from a good program to one of the most dominant programs in the country over the past 5 or 6 years. And a lot of that can be attributed to Coach Tony Bennett, but also you want to give a shout out to guys such as Justin Anderson, Joe Harris, Malcolm Brogdon, Kyle Guy, DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome, all the guys who really starred for Tony Bennett and helped him not only build such a prominent program, but helped really bring a culture of winning basketball to the University of Virginia and gave the ACC another dominant program too. While at Virginia, Anderson was able to have a conference regular season championship. He won an ACC tournament championship, and he also had 2 30-win seasons. In his 3 years at Virginia, he averaged 9 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. But in his junior year, he had a 45% three-point field goal percentage, which, along with his amazing defense and his effort and tenacity on that end of the floor, led NBA teams to understand his true potential as a 3-and-D player in the NBA, which is why he chose to forgo his senior season and enter the 2015 NBA draft. In that NBA draft, he was selected with the 21st overall pick by the Dallas Mavericks. And since then, he's made a bunch of stops, not only in the NBA, but also in the NBA G League. He's played for Dallas, Philadelphia, Atlanta. He's done preseason with the Wizards, which a lot of you probably remember as him being on the receiving end of a Marcus Morris bonehead play of hitting him in the face with a basketball. But he's also played G League with the Raptors 905 G League team, as well as the Long Island Nets. And now he's with the Brooklyn Nets. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about Justin Anderson today is because he's one of my favorite players. He's one of the guys who has helped me continue my love for the game. He's one of the guys who I can look at and say that is a true role model. That is someone who I truly want to model my game after. And he's done an amazing job of dealing with adversity, dealing with success, and he, in my opinion, he's one of the best people in the NBA, coming from a personality standpoint. Now, going into his basketball game, he likes to play very tenacious. As you'll notice, he's very aggressive on the offensive glass. He plays lockdown defense, and he can knock down threes with ease. His true effort and passion for the game really resonates within me and helps me understand that you don't always have to be a star player. You don't have to always put up big numbers to be a contributor and to be a good player at such a high level, especially being at the NBA level. And Justin Anderson is no slouch in terms of being able to put up big numbers, as he was a 20+ per game scorer in the G League this year, which is good enough for third team all NBA G League, as well as he also had a 50-point performance for the Long Island Nets this season. So when you think of someone who's a role player maybe on one team, he could also just be a star on another team, and that's exactly what he showed, and that's exactly why he's getting this opportunity with the Brooklyn Nets coming up in this NBA restart. The Nets invited him earlier this season on a 10-day contract, and with that contract, he played well. He only really got a few minutes here and there and played in 3 games, I want to say. And that, going along with his dominance in the G League, helped him secure his spot going into this NBA restart in Orlando, Florida, coming up at the end of this month. And also combined with the fact that Wilson Chandler, one of the prominent wings on the Brooklyn Nets main roster, has decided to not accompany the team in Orlando, Florida. But like I've said many times before, he is just a huge inspiration to myself, and I'm so grateful to have someone to look up to like him. And just by looking at the way he approached this season, he continues to inspire me. He didn't know what his future was. He signed the contract to do the preseason with the Washington Wizards. That didn't pan out. He signed a contract with the Raptors G League team. He starred there, earned him the 10-day with the Brooklyn Nets. They didn't decide to sign him for the rest of the season, so he started playing for the Long Island Nets in the G League and became one of the best players in the G League during that time span, which is what's led him to this point. And I don't see him dropping back out of the NBA after this, because he has everything you need in terms of athleticism, in terms of being able to hit shots from deep. He's not going to be a 15 to 20 per game scorer, but he can come in and he can really just be that energy you need off the bench for any championship contender. So I just wanted to wish him the best of luck in this NBA restart. And he has a fan for life in me, and his story is something that I'm going to continue to follow. But also I just wanted to talk a little bit about why he's my favorite player. And so I thank you all for listening today, and I will be back with some more videos for you, or more podcasts for you soon. So thank you.